And we're back with Paradise Killer. And I've been advised that maybe I should be unlocking these fast travels. Which, remember, the story-related intro is that these have been shut off because everyone is getting ready to go to the next island. So we have to turn them back on. Like, I guess normally they would always be active. Loquacious jellyfish starlight skin obtained. During the wars of prehistory, the gods brought jellyfish to the earth from another planet and used them as messengers. They'd be terrible as messengers. They're very slow and they can't talk. Okay. So, what I was thinking about doing is let's just see if we can cross this bridge and head to whatever this is up here. Don't know if we can access that, but it seems like it could be an interesting thing to look at. Hey, how you doing? Want to know what I think about crime? You know, I can probably guess what Shinji thinks about crime. Probably likes it, I would say. Has a pretty positive outlook on it. Hit me. It's in the smiles, loved eyes. You start breaking smiles, and I bet you'll find the answer.
Got it.
Not into smashing faces in. It was a metaphor, or abstract, or something. Stop being so literal. Break the smiles. All right. We will look for the heaven smiles, and we will break them as we find. Nightmare computer. We do not have the software to use this nightmare computer. Guess this is a save point. Island Sequence 10 Memento, the 10th island sequence. Humanity's god hunters learn of our secret islands. We hid from them for so long, but now they know. A time of fear. Okay. So the society were doing these islands in secret for a while, and then humanity's god hunters found out about them. Do they not have to worry about the god hunters at this point? Did something happen with them? I mean, the whole point of these islands, I guess, is to resurrect the ancient gods. It seems like that's what they were saying. I would assume that not everyone would be on board with that. Just having a quick scan around. Oh, there we go. Alright, I think we can probably leave this area for right now and just continue our little tour of the island. Some kind of message in a bottle. Let's see.
The investigator is here.
These seem to be lyrics. The theme of the song appears to be doing anything you can to leave your home and get away. Breaking the cycle, finding something new, going on a shopping spree, never coming back. Signed by the Daybreaks, Lydia and Sammy sound like they're unhappy here. Maybe they were looking for a way out of the syndicate. And so they wrote a song about it. Let's talk to this ghost. My dreams filled with endless images. Working at the power plant. A cursed life. The assignment we all fear. Worse than the deep factory. Your thoughts disappear. Replaced by lives you haven't lived. Lives you won't lead. Lives you might lead. Time disappears. The same day recycled. The same day disappears. My mind broke. A million shards. I can't descend to heaven without knowing who I am. I just remembered my fish tank. Outside my apartment, near the convenience store. I love those fish. Who am I? Alright, so I think this is a ghost of just like a normal person, not like one of the syndicate. And, I guess he wants his fish tank. Maybe we could find his fish tank. It's a safe point. We cannot use this nightmare computer. I guess we would need to open this door. Alright, so if we go by the convenience store, maybe we should remember. Maybe we can find a fish tank. Alright, the worship date. Maybe if we can talk to Crimson, maybe we can get some information.
Blood crystal obtained.
Drinks cost blood crystals. Sure. Okay, there's another... Each of these machines seem to have only one drink available, so... Let's purchase this one. Which one did we get? We got the... Provocative Flower. A sweet seasonal drink popular with kids, uses flavors from flowers around the island to create a unique taste. Fleeting thoughts, lost treasures, the remnants of lives lived, a vignette of another, a window in time. There's nothing like kids like a soda that has been made from the flavors of flowers.
Getting saved. Our travel unlocked.
We got, okay, symbol of a bar master, starlight skin obtained. The perfect drink on a perfect evening, bliss. It never lasts though. The night always ends. The morning always comes. Routine will always be waiting for you. The ego must be seen. Apply your mark to everything you own. Generation Remix will never die. I guess when we use Starlight, we can use these alternate skins that we get for unlocking these fast travel points. Island sequence 11 memento obtained. 11th island sequence. The god hunters have yet to make their move. We continue to resurrect our gods. Timidly. This was wholly unbefitting. Well, god hunters are making their move, but it sounds like they were still able to do these islands. They were not stopping them from doing so. A locked locker. Lockered. The name Ezra Albertine is on the locker. That's not a name we have heard, but it sounds like just the name of a normal person. Guess we cannot interact with any of these. We got some alcohol, so that means it's time to go back to the blood bar. Our currency doesn't work. It works as much as anything does. Why is there a limit if it's just blood? If people don't have limits, they start going crazy. The island gets out of balance. I want to see that. No, you don't. I assume we'll get some idea of what that's about at some point. Mikami's Masterpiece 4 whiskey obtained. A whiskey made by a master, responsible for a number of classics. The number 4 is an undisputed masterpiece. Well, if they say so. I'm not seeing anything else around in this area. That's just a light up there. I thought for a second there might have been something at the top of that tower. There is not. Alright, ghost coming up. Let's just remember, if we buy a convenience store, let's look for a fish tank. Sounds like someone wants one. Oh, there's Shinji over there. And something down here. Island sequence 8 memento obtained. 8th island sequence. Removed from history. Oh, that's curious. No one even wants to remember the 8th island. Look, there was no 8th island. We just went straight from 7 to 9, okay? You don't need to ask about the supposed number 8. Can I crouch? Yeah, okay. Oh yes, this is the broken machine that might have an upgrade for our laptop. The council normally maintains these machines well. I wondered what happened. Well, what can we do about it? Like, we were told that maybe there was something about this, but the only thing we can do is observe at the moment, it seems. I guess let's just remember that it's there.
Plus crystal obtained. Plus crystal obtained.
We can hear Shinji laughing it up there. Is there a ladder that leads up there? Let's have a look around. Well, it doesn't really seem like it. Can we get on the roof of something over here and, like, jump over? I don't know if we can. I guess we might as well check.
Plus crystal obtained.
Warning, purple skull. Beware of the purple skull. I don't think I can make that jump up there. Well, nothing's popping out to me about how we might get on that roof. And that's just going back up here. Yep. Well, might have been able to make that. I don't know if it would have helped us, but let's see. Huh. Okay. There we go. You've been switching out the skins on Starlight.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Look, I'm still on Windows 95. I don't like to change anything about my computer. Like, it'll break it probably. That's what I think. What business is it of yours? Chill. I'm just looking out for fellow generation remixers. Can't just have the standard thing these days. Gotta make it yours. Sticker this, custom wallpaper that. Shows you've personality or something. I don't know. Alright, something over there. Let's see if we can get to that. Recording 003. I can see it now, I think. These lines, like the air is forming around something weirdly. Like the air is a membrane that something is pushing against. Am I the only one that can see it? I'm scared but elated. Is this a cosmic truth? Second one we've seen about lines. Strange lines.
Plus crystal obtained.
Okay, it's an odd-looking shrine thing. It's traditional to donate and let blood in prayer at a temple. Blood late and donate a blood crystal? I guess. May the silent goat walk with me. Alright, there goes my blood. I got a blood dancer carving obtained. A carving about the god Blood Dancer. Gifted technology to many races. Astral engineer without equal. There's nothing of ethics and used much. Think nothing of ethics and used much of her technology to perform genocides across entire planets. Okay, that sounds like a god I am down to worship. Well, jumping back here might not have... Okay, I got out. I was a little stuck there for a second. I don't know, maybe these human god hunters have... Maybe they're onto something about maybe not wanting gods to be resurrected. Possibly. Well, we can't open that. I mean, we don't actually know what's supposed to happen if the Syndicate succeeds and makes the perfect island that allows the alien gods to be resurrected. Good things, I'm sure. Now, this might be a good one to unlock a fast travel point to. It's kind of out of the way.
Fast travel unlocked.
And we got the terrifying shallows starlight skin. The water looks shallow. It's an illusion caused by a predator born in antiquity. Do not go into the shallows. Ominous. All right. Thought that might be locked, but apparently we were just able to unlock it. But we need to beware of the purple skull in here. Okay, island sequence 007. The 7th island sequence. The citizens revolt against us. Grand Marshal Akiko 14 subjugates them. It's a bloody time. A time of shame and sorrow. How about that? There was an uprising. You're kind of surprising that more of these islands don't end that way. Can I get up there? Anything to jump on? Doesn't seem like I'm really getting a purchase on anything here. Well, let's just remember that there is a blood crystal up there. I don't know if I can get to it by jumping. Hey, Shinji. Maybe wolves did it.
Strange.
The council murder? Yeah, wolves are crazy. They tear all sorts of stuff up. A pack of wild wolves broke into the council building, bypassed all the holy seals, and tore the council apart. I can hear the sarcasm in your voice. I don't like it. I'm trying to help. Expand your thinking. Don't limit yourself.
Oh.
Don't limit myself to actual reality and things that could plausibly happen in it. Wolves don't even exist on this island. Fine, throw it back in my face. I mean, he seems like he's trying to be helpful. We never even considered the possibility of wolves. Like, if it does turn out to be wolves, we're going to seem pretty foolish. Well, there's something glowing in there. Don't know if I can actually... Doesn't seem like I can access it. Maybe whatever's on top of it needs to go. Maybe there's some way of moving this. We haven't really been able to change our environment. Well, we did change our environment once when we used the crank handles, the valves, to flood that one area. Sploosh. So maybe there's a way... Oh. I guess Lady Lovedies cannot actually hold her breath for even a second. I mean, once your head goes underwater, her lungs are filling up. Alright, maybe I should approach this building from a safer way. I would like to see another character's perspective of Lady Lovedies as she is jumping around, hugging all these rocks, and trying to push herself up onto platforms. Or just taking a big jump off a cliff. All right, blood crystal. And what's this? Crane system unlock card. A card that unlocks the crane system on the harbor. Got a magnetic strip on the back. All right. Let's use a crane. Maybe move that bunch of boxes from the boat. I did not see a control panel or anything to use this with, so I guess we will have to find that. Well, I mean, a crane is not a small thing. If we just look up, I think that we should be able to see a crane somewhere. Where is the crane? It's hard to hide a crane. Though I do have to say, I don't actually see a crane anywhere. Oh, what are these? Oh, skulls, okay. Let's turn on these skulls. Oh, that's the crane. Kind of looks more like a tower. I can move the crane around. I wonder if I can get it to pick anything up. Alright, so this is the first one off and the last four on. What happens then? Goes this way. I can't actually move my view when the crane's working. I'm frozen in place. Okay. Let's turn the second one off. What happens then? Alright, so that's just the same thing. That's just the same thing as when I had all the skulls turned on. And if only the last two? Okay, oh, then it's just... It's closer. It's not going out as far. Alright. Let's go with only the last skull on. How does that change? Okay, now it's just all the way close up to it. When the second skull was on, it actually changed direction. Alright, let's turn all of them off. Okay, so it doesn't actually pick anything up if all the skulls are off. Let's try that second one on again. This was the only time it actually turned. Okay, so it turns. Okay, so the second skull will make a turn into this direction. If the skull is off, it just stays on that. And what does the first skull do? Okay, if first skull is on, then it turns that direction. And if only third is on, it just stays in that direction. And if only fourth is on, and if only fifth is on, so if nothing's on, it's facing that way. If I turn the first one on, it like faces away from us. If the second one is on, it faces us. Does that mean if I turn both of them on, it'll face that way? No. That's kind of odd. It just like starts to swing out and then swings the next way. It's like back to us. So if you had like the first one on and then the third one on, so it turns that way, sends the thing out all the way to the end. And I was thinking maybe the last one commands it to pick something up. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So the first one makes a turn, the second one sends it out, and then the first one makes a turn, third one sends it out, and then the fifth one makes it drop. So each skull has its own function, and then you combine them to turn where you want it to turn and pick something up. What's this one? And here comes the boat. So from what we learned, that should mean that the second one makes a turn this way, right? Then the fifth one makes it pick something up, and the third one will send it out. Does that work? Yeah, that's the one. That moved the crates.
What the hell?
A space helmet? Looks like it's been dumped or hidden. Dumping and hiding are separated by a thin line. It smells of Lydia's perfume, lemon and raspberry. Does this mean Lydia has been going into space? Why has she been wearing a space helmet? There's only one reason you'd wear a space helmet. It's going to space. Ding. All right. Information about Lydia. Questions that are arising. Not necessarily anything nefarious. We just learned that she was sent the code to a nightmare computer on the beach, and that she has a space helmet that she hid around here for some reason. It's like not necessarily anything bad. It's just weird. But I'm sure that we'll get some facts, and next time we can talk to Lydia, we'll find out about her fascination with space and what she might be doing with that. Yep. Okay, we got a new one. B2. Dead Moon. A fruity carbonated drink with added vitamins and minerals. Sold at a discount to deep factory workers. Apparently deep factory is the worst place to work. The plaque says the blue goat brings fruit. Yeah? Well, let's just remember that, I guess. Island sequence 021, memento obtained. The 21st island sequence, we restored the heartbeat of Moonlight Petal. She slumbers under Siberia. We must give her more power. I mean, I don't know if giving her more power is good or bad, but maybe at some point we'll find out.
Blood crystal obtained.
Well, I might have to take a bath. Because I don't think there's a way back up. Okay, it's not deep. Alright, we already got that. Locked from the other side. Well, maybe if we were on the hill above it, we could drop down. Ooh, foot bath, an oasis in this tropical heat. Spend 5 blood crystals to use the foot bath. It's a lot of blood crystals, but I have been told that foot baths are always worth the money. So let's see what we do. The water in paradise is good. I feel like I can concentrate a little harder now.
That's strange.
It feels like I could find anything, even if it's hidden. What was in that water? Meditate unlocked. Please hold meditate button to reveal the island secrets.
I'm glad to be back.
These islands are weird. Hold Q to meditate. Mysteries are revealed. Okay. Alright, so we got like little hearts. That's a lot of little hearts. There are many. All those hearts just telling you all the stuff that you don't have yet. All right, not the best place to take a call, but okay. Hello? Oh, hey, Crimson, that's the person we want to talk to. I was hoping you would have come to see me by now, lady. Hello, Crimson. You remember my voice, but you don't come in. I'm sorry. Look, I'm standing in a river right now, like collecting money that I'm just finding on the rocks. It's not the most dignified time. Why don't you come? You should come to me. You haven't come to see me? Don't get high and mighty just because someone's let you off the leash after all this time. I'm running my operation out of the sewers. Look for a mysterious door. What are you doing in the sewers? You've been gone for 10 islands. things change. I'm trading secrets for money. I got things to tell you. For a price. I've got something for Starlight as well. A nice upgrade that'll shine a light on some truths. You're going to need some firmware upgrades to break into all the nightmare computers. I've got one to sell you. Then I'll take a trip to the sewers. If you're having trouble finding me, use Starlight's AR mode. Starlight's functionality is supposed to be a secret. Get with the program, lady. I've just set myself to findable. I'll show up in the AR mode now. I'll be waiting. Bring crystals. I'm not running a charity. Okay. Left control. And we can see where everyone is. I guess, well, assuming that everyone is set to findable. Okay, there's Crimson. Presumably not everyone is set to findable. I don't know that for sure. Oh, hey, here's a ghost having a good old stretch. It's the it's the ghost. Will you join us?
Who?
Join who? Join our group of citizens fighting for more power. It's a noble cause. That's a noble cause. What kind of power? We're fighting to end the corruption and free the workers of the agri-fields and deep factory. Free them? Are they slaves? They are used as pawns in a game of corporate corruption. Spent and used for the benefit of the powerful. We must end it.
Got it.
Are you aware that there are no citizens left on this island? I'm still here. Your existence is more of a technicality at this point. No offense. As I was escorted to the ritual slaughter to end this island and bring in the next, I made a vow that if there was any afterlife, I would continue to fight. I guess that's why I remain. I'm here to deliver our message.
The investigator is here.
And what is that message? I have evidence of the corruption. I have all the files and the supporting truths. You will be shocked and appalled when you see what I have discovered hacking in to the highest corporate and government secrets. I took it from the factory. Can I see it? I was at the farm when the marshals dragged me to the slaughter. They ripped the envelope from my hand and tossed it aside. Please, will you find it for me? Yeah.
I need to investigate this.
I'm a big fan of running errands for Metaphysical. Thank you. Remember, the envelope will be somewhere at the farm. Please find it and bring it to me. I have to... Oh, wait, did I find it? Oh, that letter, yes. Thank you. Have you read it? Have you seen the truth? Will you help fight corruption? I love fighting corruption. Your evidence is compelling. I will join your cause. Really? You will? Oh, it's such a relief. For years, we've wanted someone with influence to join us, and finally we have that. I feel like I've achieved my purpose. I can't take this to the next island. I'm already fading from this world. Please, you take it. Why did that demon give it to me anyway? Take it and build a better world. Here's money. Here's 2 monies. I'm fading from existence now. And they're gone. Well, we'll always remember them, whoever they were. Got like a, I guess, a residential district maybe here?
Crystal the tape.
I would assume we cannot go in the house. No, we cannot. Oh, can I just get that from here? There we go. Anything else around? Can we poke through their garbage? Doesn't seem like it. At least it's easy to tell which ones you've checked and which ones you haven't due to whether or not the gate is open. The garbage has not been collected. I don't know why we can do that. Everyone has like a little faucet in their backyard. We can turn it on if we want, but I don't know why we want. More liquor. Let's find out. Let's look at some more drunk conversation. Time moves differently on the island. I can't decide if I like it. Nor can I. It does things to people. What kind of things? It twists people, distorts their hearts. I think that's happened to me. So do I. Chaos Domain whiskey, made in ex-bourbon casks, has a fruity taste, best savored in an enveloping fog. Do not look at the other people enjoying the fog. Just keep your eyes to yourself. Everyone's ashamed to be here enjoying the fog. Don't make this any more awkward than it has to be. Obsequious love letter obtained. A love letter from a young couple. R says he'll kill the moon with a railgun to prove his love to L. Big words, but can R back it up? I'd like to see that. Well, the moon's not visible right now, but the moon is quite large in the sky when it comes out.
Getting saved. On travel unlocked.
And we got the vibing Starlight skin. Watch beautiful water to catch the vibes. It's the only way. Existing without vibes is no existence at all. Wise words. This area of the map is a lot more mundane than most of what we've been seeing. It looks almost normal. Looks like some normal residences. Nothing about gods or anything here. Coveted loyalty card obtained. A loyalty card for the Second Heaven convenience. Oh, we want to find the convenience store so we can find the aquarium. They pride themselves on their fried chicken. There's only one convenience store on the island. This card says, in association with Dead Nebula. So I guess the side quests are something that we get from ghosts, and if we find the proper items, and it seems like to be the format of the side quest so far, is find this item and bring it back to the ghost. So we've done that with that protest letter. Electronically locked. But why is that? And there's another ghost that wanted us to find that aquarium. The plaque says, the green goat sparks a flame. The plaque that also says the same thing. But what are these goat riddles? Well, that is a large goat, six-armed goat statue, man. Lifting golden crown obtained. A sacred reward for pyramid envisioning. A citizen was very faithful. All right. Envisioning some pyramids. Look, I can envision a pyramid in my mind. Hold on, I'm going to do it right now. All right, I did it. I envisioned a pyramid. It appeared in my mind. You couldn't see it, but I totally did that. All right, this time, what are we going to get? Kill the thirst. A crisp light beer. The thirst must be killed so we can move on. I don't know why someone has not adopted this tagline for their actual real-life product. Well, it said turn on. I thought it was already on. Thought we wanted to turn this lock off. Oh, no, okay, there we go. Hey, there's old Shinji.
Sorry.
This paradise is creeping me out. When the veil falls and the naked body of crime is exposed, the island begins to crumble, the balance is tilted, and the illusion falls apart. That's very poetic. That's poetic. I'm trying it out. I know you think I'm an asshole. I'm giving speaking nice a go. It's hard, though. You're doing well. You're making me blush, loved eyes. Peace. I mean, it's possible to be nice. You don't have to be an asshole all the time. Suspicious videotape. Unmarked videotape strike fear in the minds of the cautious. What's on it? Who made it? Why was it abandoned? Will I be put on a list if the authorities know that I have it in my possession? So many island sequences, so many centuries of work, and they're still using VHS. Maybe not so advanced after all. Gaudy blood pendant, a gemstone fused with the owner's blood, worn by the prideful with something to show. Well, maybe we'll find some people who want these things. All right, we got another cassette.
Music obtained.
Watch the sunset with me. Listen to the ocean just one last time. The sunset heals all. We'll probably start using these cassettes. For right now, though, we've just been listening to the, the music that we've been coming across that's been playing on the island. But I'm sure that we will start using these cassettes. Many stairs. It's a balloon. That seems to be the mascot for the soda company. Recondite ornate book. An ornate collection of tales of the silent goat. Given as a coming-of-age present. Man, that's a great present. Nothing that I like to do more than pass the time with some old tales of the silent goat. So many lessons we can learn from the silent goat. So many lessons we can apply to our own lives. Really, more people need to become familiar with the wisdom that the silent goat has for us, but not everyone wants to do that. Not everyone wants to take the time. Knowledgeable listening device obtained. Used to intercept communications between citizens. So much inanity. Some horniness. Thousands of secrets. A listening device, huh? Crystal obtained. The rain here is a blessing, loved eyes. This island is too hot. Heat makes people crazy. Why can't you fix that? The Syndicate runs this island. It's a miracle there isn't a slaughter every day. Well, let's talk... I want to know about the reality folding drive. It's the reality folding drive. It kicks out a nuke's worth of power every second. Fix it. Take it up with Masahiro Heavy Industries. I don't deal with customer services. Just make it happen. I'll catch you later. Well, that is a tremendous power output, it's true. Tawdry poster obtained. The hero of the 19th corruption, Crimson Acid. She slit the throat of a demonic general. Maybe if we can find a fan of Crimson Acid, they might want that. Green crest obtained. A green crest. It looks like it'll fit into something. Well, of course. That's what crests are for. They're for fitting into things and opening other things. Money. We all know this about crests. That's their only purpose.
Crystal obtained. Crystal obtained.
And what's this? Who is this good boy right here?
That's strange.
What's a dog doing here? Woof, says Bear-chan. Your name tag says Bear-chan. Is that your name, Bear-chan? Woof. You look expectant. Are you after treats? Woof woof. I'll see if I can find you some treats. Alright, maybe I guess we have another side quest going. We got Bear-chan right here. Bear-chan wants some treats. We don't have any at the moment, which is a horrible crime. Island Sequence 005. Fifth Island Sequence. The Sin of Silence. Our architect Romeo Silence is deceived by cosmic deceit, lured into treason against us by a god. He is executed, and the Silence family are forbidden from ascending to the council. Well, one of the person who's in charge right now has the last name Silence. So I guess that's a little background on her family.
Crystal obtained.
Probably more. I could be looking around at that in this area here. Island Sequence 6. Sixth Island Sequence. We unite in hope. A great light falls upon the island. Is it a message from an astral god? I mean, that was only the sixth island, so do they know by now if it was? If they don't know by now, then probably not. Alright, there's Shinji. Hey. Gazing across an endless cosmic desert. Drifting through an abyssal sea. Dreaming of an antique summit in a monolithic city overlooking an impossible cavern. All the good shit, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I do know.
Crystal obtained.
Okay, more music. This one is the 8th Street Rose, that bar, those times gone forever. When did everything get so far away? It's gradual. That's the trouble. Looks like there's stuff on top of that bridge. And there's Shinji on top of this house.
Crystal obtained.
But can we get on top of the house? I'm not seeing a way of jumping on that. I mean, maybe if you could get on top of that one, maybe that's close enough to jump onto the other one. Island sequence 24. 24th island sequence. That's the one we're on right now. How will 24 be remembered? Will this island be perfect? Is this our eternal home? No. No, it was not. It turned out it wasn't, and we had to go to number 25, which everyone says is absolutely going to be the perfect one. There's no doubts that the next one, they're getting it right. I don't see the way to get on top of this house either, however. Like, I have a lot of confidence that the 25th one, they're going to get it right. No way they could just get it wrong 25 times in a row, is what I'm saying. Did we do this one yet? I don't think we did. Let's get a B5. Sanity. This was mentioned before. A delicious green tea that is known to help you remain calm and collected in the face of cosmic insanity. Other flavors were introduced, but all failed. I mean, sometimes you have the success of one brand and you want to build on that, but like no one is really interested in any of these other brands. Sure. Let's donate a blood crystal. Put my blood in there. Get the thing. Nightmare Revival carving. A carving about the god Nightmare Revival, an esoteric, secretive god. The floating goat head rules over a far-flung alien colony of scholars. Learning little bits about the gods they worship. Little bits here and there. Blue goat so blue goat brings fruit. Green goat brings fire, is I believe what it was. Oh, this is the convenience store, isn't it? Dead Nebula. The mascot was designed many islands ago by the artist Renoy. Kids love him. I mean, I can see why. Who wouldn't love him? Island sequence 15. Montserrat leads us to the real world to reclaim the corpse of Dire Rose. Tragedy strikes. The God Hunters repel us. That's interesting. Is this not the real world? Is the real world where the God Hunters are? I hear Shinji. There he is. You met that Yuri creep yet? He seems like a bad time. A real bad time. Spineless, though, you know, Chief? Like, could that sack of shit actually kill the council? He's got a secret, though. You can tell.
Sure.
Everyone here has a secret. Don't get smart with me, Loved Eyes. Well, we have not met... Oh, this is over there as well. We have not met Yuri. We haven't met too many characters, because mostly what we've been doing is wandering around the island just looking for stuff. You know, just getting a feel of the place before we, you know, really bear down with the investigation. There's the moon. It's very big. Could you actually destroy that with a railgun? I don't know. And looks like here is Lydia up here. How you doing, Lydia? The ferry woman.
Hey, LD!
Hello. How's the investigation going?
Got it.
It's progressing. Going through my suspect list.
Come on, LD.
Am I on it? I guess I must be, right? We're all guilty until proven innocent when something like this happens, right? What about getting people to the next island? Anything strange? I'm still in charge of getting the syndicate off this island and onto the next. Some of us got moved, but the rest are stuck here until you crack this thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
I've done it for 23 islands without a problem. Once the council began meditating, I started moving us. Get a call, do a pickup, go through the gates, and on to the next island. Repeat.
Bad, LD.
It does. Alright, okay, so, hey, we're actually having a conversation with someone. It took us, almost, over 2 hours, I think, but we're actually talking with someone now. Case files. Suspicions? Let's see. So, let's talk about Henry, the suspect, the murder suspect. You buying this Henry story?
The island feels bad, LD.
I hope it's him, LD. If it was one of us, the syndicate could collapse. Kiko-chan found him at the scene. He had a knife and the Vic's blood, right? That paints a pretty convincing picture.
Sure.
Maybe a little too convincing. I don't know if like a PI ever actually says that. You think something else is going on, LD? Yes. A conspiracy. I'm worried it's too easy to buy accept the Henry story. What if someone set him up?
I have a bad feeling about this.
These islands are full of power plays. What if this one is exploiting our preconceived notion that the oppressed citizens will rise up if given the chance? That's a scary thought, LD. Let's inquire about these council problems. Did you have any problems with the council?
LD.
No, me and Sammy are just living our lives, LD. We're not into the politics and scheming on this island.
Test me.
What about the rest of the syndicate? Anyone come to mind that has a grudge against the council?
Prove it? Sure.
This is a dark line of questioning, LD.
LD.
If people find out I've said anything, I'll get a target on me. You're an ex-assassin that's cooperating with the lead investigator. You'll be fine.
I'm glad to be back.
I'll need your help, Lydia. I've been gone so long. Things are weird on this island. You seen that demon, Shinji? He just appears everywhere. You see him, right?
Complicated.
You're telling me. Okay, because it's you, I've started to worry about a couple of people. Yuri's up to no good. Yeah, we've heard about that, Yuri.
Later is here.
What makes you say that? We'll get into that later. Carmelina's the other one. The architect? Why?
Come on, LD.
Gut feeling, LD. I don't really understand the placement of the sound bites in this conversation. Okay, let's talk about Carmelina's motive. Let's ask about Carmelina. Let's talk about your suspicions about Carmelina. Carm's a genius, LD. The next island will probably be perfect. She'll have crafted a masterpiece.
Complicated.
You probably heard people talking about Montserrat. He was getting paranoid. He was getting arrogant.
Bad, LD.
For some people, honing their craft is enough. Others need rewards. I don't know if Montserrat was in the credit-giving frame of mind.
That's weird.
A slighted genius? Yeah, maybe Carmelina felt like she felt wasn't getting enough credit making this island. Maybe. What about Lydia and Sam's motive? Ask about your motive. I have to ask about this, Lydia. Do you have a motive for killing the council? I get it, LD, just doing your job. No, me and Sammy have not got a reason to hit the syndicate like this.
Got it.
You're happy here?
Talk, LD.
As anyone can be. Lyrics? What about lyrics? Been writing lyrics, Lydia? Oh yeah, that's right. We did find those lyrics written by Lydia and Sam. What do you mean, LD? Well, I found these lyrics in a bottle.
Come on, LD.
No way. That's embarrassing. I should have known the tide round this island was junk. I assume they have some meaning. Never ask a songwriter about their lyrics, LD. If you can't intuit the meaning, you weren't meant to know. Alright, so we were able to ask about that because we found that item previously. Yuri's motive? Has Yuri got motive for killing the council? He's ambitious and wants power.
If you can prove it, sure.
Yeah, he hasn't earned it, though. Unearned power is bad news, LD.
Damn it, LD.
Why is she so upset? He used to be small time, a shitty little kid, but one day he got buff. Started pumping iron and making mad gains, LD. One day? Yeah, it was weird. Almost overnight he became handsome, got six-pack abs, and started to be charming.
Bullshit.
His charm's fake, though. He's trying to get his own way all the time. Be careful with him. He's been trying to push his own agenda on the council, but it's never gone well. Montserrat was fixed on his plan. Yuri wasn't going to push him around. I got a bad feeling about him a while back and pulled some records from the Moon database. Here, take them. Alright, Yuri wanted to join the council. Try asking Sammy as well. People get loose-lipped in a bar. Alright, well, K-Hex is not just missing. We found out what happened to him. What do you know about K-Hex's disappearance? I haven't seen him in a while, LD. Was hoping he'd turn up on my list of pickups last night. I thought he was just taking some time out, but he'd be ready to go to the next island.
The island feels bad, LD.
I guess something bad happened. Have you poked around his place on the mountain? Oh, we sure have. I guess we're not mentioning it, though. Alibi. Where were you at the time of the murder? Sammy had packed up his bar, so I picked him up. It was his turn to go through the Paradise Gates to the next island. I took him over there, but before we could go through, they locked in response to the murder. Alright, so so Sam was supposed to go to the next island, but he's stuck here. Will the logs at the gates confirm this? Should do. We started the warm-up procedure, but then it shut down. What's the deal with the warm-up procedure? You can't just walk through the Paradise Gates. They're connected to another reality. It takes a lot of power to move between different realities, and it's a complicated procedure. The gates need some time to draw enough power in and do the calculations to get you to the next island. How is that different to just driving around the island? We're not hopping between realities on the island, so we can just cruise. Just a bit of single reality driving, huh?
I'm glad you're back, LD.
You got it. Holler at me anytime you want to go for a cruise, LD. Alright, that's all. But also, we can hang out. Of course you want to hang out with Lydia. Let's ride.
Let's go for a drive.
I think it mentioned there that Lydia named her car Burn Parliament, but I guess it's not surprising that people here would name their cars. Let's go for a drive. What leads you to the life of an assassin?
Damn it, LD.
How come you're asking me about this now?
I was born to investigate.
We never talked about it before my exile.
What are you talking about?
And now a mass murder happens. Now a mass murder happens. You just happen to bring it up. I just want time to think. I had a lot of time to think in the idle lands. Not a lot to do up there, huh? I missed you.
Glad you're back, LD.
Aw, I missed you too, LD. I don't like to talk about it, you know? That's behind me. Being an assassin was simple. You don't have to worry about a lot once you get good at it. Find the target, learn the target, end the target. Love, though, that's complicated. That's why I drive and paint. I always need a skill to master. You got a new car since I've been gone? She's pretty, ain't she? Upgraded. Got bored of the muscle car look. Masahiro offered to refit the old girl, but I wanted to change. So here she is, Burn Parliament. What about the old girl? Lots of memories cruising in the old girl. Endless summer nights, right, LD? Endless possibilities. Things were simpler. Things are so messed up now. The way of the world. You cool if I drop you at the beach, LD? Sure thing. Thanks for the ride. Relationship increased.
It's complicated.
LD, I think I have something we should discuss. Alright, I guess I need to probe Lydia. With questions. Something you want to tell me? Do you have something you want to tell the investigator?
Come on, LD.
This is a sensitive subject, LD. For who? It's about someone on the island, but it might be something you don't want to hear about. I'm an investigator. The truth doesn't care about feelings. I mean, we've heard that. Facts, not feelings. We've heard that many times. You know I told you that Yuri suddenly got ripped overnight? He became a new person? What if it was a god that did it?
That's weird.
You mean like a blessing? You can pray to the god of muscles, I guess? Deception. That's dangerous talk. The goddess Enchanted Blue bestows physical gifts in return for devotion.
Complicated.
Deception by a god is a crime. I don't want to just accuse him.
Don't test me.
What makes you so sure? He's been going on and on about retrieving her body. She's dormant in the Sahara Caverns in the real world. Yuri wants the council to authorize an op to go get her. That's suicide. Enchanted Blue is guarded by elite custodians. I know, but there's no way Montserrat would let it happen. That's why I think he's been pushing to get on the council. He's been deceived. Would he really kill the council? He's not going to be on the new council.
Complicated.
What if he doesn't stop until he is? Just kills everyone who goes on the council until he's the only one left. That's a way to, that's a way to get up in the world, I guess. I'll keep your suspicions secret, but I'll look into it. Thanks, Lydia. Alright, well, I think that we're all done with Lydia then. May your specter gaze upon a star. That's how I say goodnight to my friends too. And may you reach the moon. Alright, well, we're on the beach, which is good because we did get that code that was meant to go to Lydia that apparently opens a nightmare terminal on the beach. So this is a place that we did want to go to, but for the right now, we're just going to, I think, say that's a little bit, maybe that's enough for right now. We're going to save our game, and we're going to think about what it is that we did this time around. Well, not that much investigating, really, as we've been spending most of our time wandering around the island, picking things up, finding things, getting money, finding items possibly for side quests, just kind of learning the layout, learning the environment. We operated a crane. That was fun. We walked through some water. We found a dog. We have to find treats for the dog. It is of utmost importance that we find treats for the dog. We have not found a single treat left, and that is illegal. We had our first conversation with Lydia. And it seemed mostly that she might be encouraging deception towards Yuri, who we have not met yet. But she has a bad feeling about Yuri, and she thinks that maybe he got divine muscles. He prayed to a god and got buff because he did that. But now that god wants Yuri to do something. Maybe wants Yuri to go get the body of this other god, I guess. But the council is not down with that because it is very dangerous. Maybe Yuri is too ambitious. Maybe he's so ambitious that he just killed everyone on the council, so eventually he can be on the council. I guess we won't really know until we can find Yuri and check him out ourselves and decide if his muscles did indeed come from a god. But ambition is certainly a possible motive for murder. It's not the strangest motive. It's not unrealistic. So we haven't learned much about the mystery so far. However, we did learn about augmented vision, which means that we now are able to locate anyone that we are looking for. And we were contacted by Crimson, who is 190 meters in that direction in the sewers. So maybe that is going to be our next destination. We're going to go talk to Crimson, see what information Crimson might have. Maybe we have to tell Crimson that Kahix had been murdered. See what she thinks about that. And I guess that's probably, it is kind of hard to sort of sum up what we've been doing so far because a lot of it has just been exploration so far. But maybe now it's time to bear down a bit more and start being the investigation freak and start interrogating some fools. So maybe we'll locate Crimson, talk to her next time, and just see if we can get any clues as we try to discover who killed Paradise next time